So the pitch, this is what I do when I'm helping customers write listings. And in my listing optimization training, if anybody's been in some of my listing optimization trainings, I talk about this. I say, okay, if you were selling your product at a marketplace outside, right? Take your product to a local marketplace, and you know how fast people go through these marketplaces, right? They're just like, they're going through and they're looking at all the things. They have something in their head. What are you going to say to make them stop and look at your product? What are you going to say to actually sell your product? And I'll do this with clients when I'm walking them through for their listing optimization, and they will do such a good job of selling me their product. They'll be like, oh, you know, you need this in your life and this is why, and it does all these things. And how many of them do you think actually have any of that data in their photos or in their listing? Nearly, I have yet to see someone fully optimize their listing and really sell it with good copywriting. And this is what good copywriting is made of. Being able to say, this is from your very first bullet, right after your title needs to say exactly what this product is and why it's better than your competitors in a few words, and also using the best keywords, right? But that first bullet should make them stop, because most people don't even read the listing, right? Most people don't read the listing. And if they do, they read the first bullet and they just kind of browse over it and they look at your photos. That's it. So really, your first bullet is always the why you need this product in your life bullet. Like, why should they buy your garlic press and not somebody else's? You know, and if you can do a better job of selling it and addressing their problem, kind of like Kristen's hook did, but if you can do a better job in a few sentences of explaining exactly why they need your product and not somebody else's, you are going to sell more products than your competitors. Bottom line, every single time, you will sell more products than your competitors. Better yet, if you can show that in photos. A lot of people don't show that in photos. They just have plain photos of their product. They don't use any text. They don't tell the story of their listing in their products, in their product photos. And they're missing out on an incredible opportunity to sell their product. So if I'm walking by you and you've got your products out at the marketplace, what are you going to say to me to get me to stop and talk to you? And let me tell you, when we were doing this in the class, most of the time, people really struggle with this. They really struggle with what are they going to say that isn't super salesy, but that also differentiates their product. But also, people don't usually understand how their differentiation actually matters to the customer. So we had a guy in our class that sold anti-aging cream. And he said something about, he was like, okay, let me try it. And he said something about how his anti-aging cream changes your DNA. And I was like, okay, wait, I don't even understand that. Like, when I go to buy anti-aging cream, like, I just want to get rid of my crow's feet, you know, like, I don't know what you mean by DNA. And so it kind of just like went right over the customer's head in my mind. Right. So it's important to understand your customer. This goes back to like writing your business plan and everything like that, right?
Wait, Amy, quick question. Sorry to go off tangent here. Was that statement approved by the FDA?
I don't think so. I think it was like one of those like MLM kind of things. But right. But either way, it's just, you know, this is really, really important. So if you guys are selling, so we're going to put Andy on the spot again, Andy.
Woohoo!
Water. If you're selling this water bottle, Andy.
Okay.
It's pretty nice. It's a glass, you know, it's double walled. Okay. Right?
Yep.
And, you know, it has ninja on the top, you know.
Cool. I like ninjas.
Yeah. So what are you going to say at the marketplace to get me to stop at your table and look at your product?
Okay. I have an ultra light, high tech water bottle that will remind you every time you need to drink from it. It's made out of materials that will double insulate and keep your water cool. It will make sure that you stay hydrated all day, and it'll give you it'll increase your health and vitality by keeping yourself hydrated all day long.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not too bad. I like that you added those extra benefits of it reminding you to drink. That was really good.
If you're going to give me, I need to differentiate. I'm not going to, it can't just be the same old water bottle, because then they're going to walk by it. So
using humor is often really good too. So, I've seen some really cool Amazon listings that have like some just awesome humor and something funny about needing this product in your life, right?
Yeah. Well, the new sales pitch is, I listen to, of course, like a million different marketing podcasts and things like that. And yeah, the new pitch is relatable. Like people don't want to see ads anymore. They want to see a story, or they want to see something funny, or they want to see, like one of the ads I'm running for Seller SEO right now, for example, some of you in here may have seen it. It's just like a picture of me and my wife making like stupid faces, and like kind of how we started our business, and the story of how we started with like $400. And, that's what people they want the backstory, and they want to know why you or your product is different, not just the same old like picture of the water bottle saying, buy this. It's going to look like every other ad they've ever seen in their lives. And we're trained now, because there's so many ads in our lives, to just glance over it and keep going. So you have to have, like you guys are talking about here, you got to have some kind of hook.
You got to get something to draw them in. And Andy, you gave me that tip about really great Facebook ads. And I tried that for Sifties. I just like basically took a picture of myself with my cat. The cat that I don't like, who always gives me like a weird look whenever I get close to her. And I posted that on Facebook, and I boosted it. And I basically just told the story about how, why I created Sifties and all of that. And it's done amazing. I just extended it for another 7 days because I've had a ton of sales.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, if you people also like the truth, if you're like telling the backstory of your brand, another picture that we have at one point is we have a product where, a lot of times, like, everybody thinks like if you're a big seller, like, you've got all these streamlined processes and all these like employees and stuff. It's like, no, we still like, sit in our living room and do experiments and like, especially if we're doing like, new testing new products. Like one of the products we tested recently was a mixture that had to go in a bottle. And I literally have a picture of my wife with a liquid filling machine with my son, who was like 8 months old at the time, in the carrier, and Molly's sitting there like filling bottles. That's at some point will probably go into my marketing, because people want to see, that you're a real person, that you are, that they're supporting a family. People are moving away from wanting to support companies like Nike and Starbucks. They want to go to the corner and support the lady who's got the little coffee truck that probably has better, or the little coffee stand that probably has better coffee than Starbucks anyway, and is about the same price or cheaper, because people want to know that their dollars are going directly to help, a family, and not a giant corporation or some stockholder. Nothing against that. I'm just saying that, like, I think in this day and age, people are voting much more with their dollars, and also voting much more with the, the small business. And people always give Amazon like grief for like stealing away business from small mom and pops. And I always just like literally laugh out loud when I hear that, because Amazon has probably enabled more $1 million mom and pop businesses than like any other company on the planet. So
true.
Anyway, sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there, which is
that was good. So yeah, I completely agree. But at the same time, I have seen some people go a little crazy with the US owned thing, like made in the US, like every single bullet has that, like, right. I think in that case, it just begins to kind of look desperate, versus just saying, we actually care about our customers, and we are a small family-owned business, and that's okay to say that. But I have seen some listings where it's been like every bullet.
Well, and unfortunately, the way that China operates now, and even some other countries, is the quality is usually as good as in the U.S. I've told you that story before on how I really wanted to go build our products in the U.S. And I went to a local company here and they sucked. And I said, forget this. Like, unfortunately, China's got it dialed in where they've got all these processes in place. And unless companies in the US and manufacturing companies specifically step up to that level of service, it's just a matter of dollars and cents. You know, I'd love to do all my business in the US. I tried. I didn't try super hard. I could, of course, you know, visit that again. But as a business, I have to look at, is my time going to be better spent trying to find, you know, this, you know, golden company that's going to treat me the way that I need to in the US? Or am I going to go to China to start my second or my third or my fourth product, which is going to put more money in my pocket? Unfortunately, that's, you know, the way that it's going to be. Is you've got to do what's best for your business.